Get on the train before it leaves the station. The truth train is coming, gonna run them down.
All right, hello folks. Here we are tonight getting ready for the little listening meeting we're going to have with listening to Stephen and Jodi talking. These are going to be the calls after October 31st of 2005. Right there you just saw a comment come in from Fen. I will tell her... Alright, so now she knows what's going on. So we can scroll up here. People have been talking. I actually was telling people about it here earlier today, right here, where I let everybody know what was going on and that I was going to go ahead and record it. So that's what we got here. People responding and making jokes, or oh, so don't be snarky in front of the audience, ha ha ha. So anyways, so lots of little having fun. Dr. Paul Capaldi making fun of the Dr. Pepper reference by Jodi because it was watered down, and making fun of the way we say water. Anyway, so and many other things. He havers quite strongly, but anyway, then he posted this picture of the dude, at least, right? So hey, he's not all bad, right? Anyway, so let me just general. I am probably going to end up getting a lot of those. I'm getting a lot of comments on the videos from today and yesterday, so I'm unfortunately not going to be able to stop that sound. So the way it will work, and the way it works essentially, is now here I am, I'm ready to go. So I want to go ahead and start this thing off like I'm going to do, right? So I go here. This is general, as I was just telling Finn. General discussion, right? So this is general. This little thing with the hashtag, that means it's a text chat. That's what we're looking at right here. This is the hashtag. General hashtag text chat. Okay? But if I go here, oh, you see Strayin just popped into there? Now I'm in there. So, and now Finn just popped in. And so that's how this works. You just pop onto this little general one here with the little speaker. Hello, Finn. And you pop onto this one here with the little speaker on it, and you end up falling into the chat here. Your name will appear right here with ours.
You guys are both muted. Maybe you know that, maybe you don't.
Yep, no worries. I'm just recording something here to give people a little instruction on Discord. Part of the reason why I'm recording this tonight is because so many people were saying they have difficulty with Discord. So I'm hoping by doing this tonight, the interest in the calls will bring them in to watch the video, and as they watch the video, they will figure out Discord. It's kind of was my hope. So anyway, that's kind of why I'm doing this tonight. Killing a couple birds with one stone kind of thing. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So that's how it works, folks. You just click on that, and then you pop in. You see my name popped into here. You saw Finn's name pop in. You saw Strayin's name pop in. So we can have up to 25 people in here. We got up to probably about 15 last time, so we'll see how many people we get in here tonight. And alright, so we'll see you guys in a bit when we're ready to go. So just to illustrate something here a little bit further also as well, folks, is that right now, to show you what I mean by I'm in the general chat, this is what I'm here. So let me click on another one. This one here is a hashtag sign, right? And this is called the green room, right? So if I click there, it takes me to a completely different chat, right? I'm still in this voice chat. My name's still there. I'm still in the general voice chat, but I switched the text chat here to this one. So, reason why I'm pointing this out, and there's another one here for the bone room, right? So there's these different rooms for text where you can have chats about different subjects, right? So what I want to point out is the chat that we're going to all be talking in here, and the way that we usually do this is whatever voice call we're in, we use that room's chat, and then that's where we do our chatting now. Another thing right here, you notice that my microphone right here is muted right now. Finn, she doesn't have her microphone muted right now. She can talk and do all that sort of stuff. So That's why you heard her before. And then you can see Stryan has her mic off and Catnip has her mic off. And the way that you change that is right down here. This is a little microphone. It's got a little red line through it. If I push it like this, now I'm unmuted. Now I hit it again. And now I'm muted
Yes, you are.
again.
Well, you were.
And there's Finn. So there you go. Alright, so that's basically how that works. Just trying to give you guys a little bit of one-on-one on how Discord works for those of you who want to get involved over here and stuff like that, but find it a little confusing. I'm doing my best to try to remove the confusion for you, so hope you appreciate it. Alright, hello everybody. Here we are, starting the actual calls here. So we're going to be starting with a call from October 30th, where it mentions Brendan at the beginning, just an interesting little thing. And this, just to show everybody here what call we're doing. That's the file name of this one, so everybody gets it. This is October 30th, 2005 at 20:46. That is 8 o'clock or 8:46 in 4 seconds, basically. So that's the timestamp basically in the file name here. So that's how we know where this recording comes from and at what time it occurred. All right, now let's move on to the recording itself. Hi, Finn. Want to say anything to the nice people out there? Hello.
Hello. I'm really looking forward to listening to this recording from the 30th because I have not heard it yet.
All right. Here we go. This one here.
This call is subject to monitoring and recording.
Remember,
Thank you for
Evercom
using
loves you,
the-
everybody.
Sit over there. Hi,
Who are you talking to?
Brendan. And we're in this up in the garage. Let me see it.
Can't hear the TV.
That's almost $800 TV.
Can't hear the TV.
Yes, I can.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah? Oh,
Are you coming later tomorrow?
yes.
Well, just tell him that when he talks to Shannon, that it will benefit me to be home because I can work then. At the junkyard. And if he asks why I'm not working now, say it doesn't pay when I'm going to be quitting when I get out anyways. Okay,
Well, I'm going to call Shannon, too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But leave messages too.
Yes, I will.
I figured I'd call now.
Oh, yeah? Okay, if you want to go home, you can.
Yes, I wish.
Who is it? Huh?
Who's what?
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 I heard somebody out the door. I was just looking in the trailer.
Why?
Looking for what I do with my antenna.
For what?
The radio. I
What?
can't,
The section with Brendan,
What
Finn?
radio?
the scanner.
It was never in the trailer. You didn't have one.
Huh?
Didn't you
Okay,
have
it's
to
right at the
wait for
beginning, so I'll
Arlen to
just
bring you
restart
one?
it.
Yeah, he brought me one, though.
It wouldn't have been in the trailer.
It's literally the first thing.
This call is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using
Don't sit down now.
Evercom.
Sit over there. Hi,
Who are you talking to?
Brendan. And we're in this up in the garage. Funny TV.
Can't need a TV.
That's almost $800 TV.
Can't need a TV.
Yes, I can.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah? Oh.
Can you come in later tomorrow?
Yes.
Just tell him that when he talks to Shannon, that it will benefit me to be home.
Not much,
I
Amber.
Can work then. In the junkyard. And if he asks where
L.
I was
Fallon's
bound,
not. You're not in the
say
call.
when I'm going to be quitting when I get out anyways. I figured I
Well, I'm gonna call Shannon too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But leave messages too.
Yes, I will.
I figured I'd call now.
Oh, yeah? Okay, if you want to go home, you can.
Yeah, I wish.
Who is it? Huh?
Who's what?
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 I heard somebody out the door. I was just looking in the trailer.
Why?
Looking for what I do with my antenna.
For what?
The radio.
What?
I can't find it.
What radio?
The scanner.
It was never in the trailer. You didn't have one.
Huh?
Didn't you have to wait for Arlen to bring you one?
Yeah, he brought me one though.
It wouldn't have been in the trailer.
I put some shit in the trailer from the garage. Plus I brought my shit as well for my plow. So I can order them pieces. Now. Yeah? Oh. Yeah. You don't know? I don't know either. It's only 9 o'clock, not even 9 o'clock.
I know. I'm going in the shower now. It's quiet.
I thought you were done.
I'm not.
You said you were.
I said other people are.
No, you said you were.
I already took one.
Yeah.
Yes. Other people are in there now. It's quiet.
Oh. I thought you took one a long time ago.
I did this morning.
Oh.
After lunch. At noon.
After work.
Lunch. At
You said that-
noon.
You said that after work.
I said after lunch. At noon.
Where do you work?
Shut up.
Where do you work?
Shut up.
Where do you work?
I don't work.
Huh?
I don't.
What do you mean you don't? You just said after work. You
No, I
did.
didn't.
Yes, you
I
did.
said after lunch. At
Uh-huh.
noon.
No.
Knock it off.
No, you did.
Yeah, I did.
No, you did.
Whatever.
Okay. I have to call and find out.
Go fucking head.
Okay.
Heather wants to know how much a Grand Prix is for.
Why? Who's gonna fix it?
Who cares? How much you want to sell it for? Mine.
Huh?
Mine.
No less than $400.
Where are you? No less than 400. There's no motor in it.
Yeah, there's a motor in it.
There's
It's
a
sitting
motor
in
in
it.
it.
It's gotta be all hooked up.
It's got to be all hooked up. You need the vehicle with no maintenance to it.
Really? I got one for $1,200.
She can't afford that.
She's screwed. Yeah. If she really got a license.
They actually had like 5 calls on the 30th.
From you with no license.
The 30th seemed to be a bad day,
You
by the
didn't get a
way.
vehicle out of me with no license.
What, Heather? He won't sell you one without a license.
Hell. What?
She'll just buy a different one. Have you been talking to her mother?
Tell her don't worry about it. Or tell her she's gonna go straight. Tell her that.
No, she ain't.
There she is. Tell her.
No, she ain't.
Why? How do you know that? Huh?
Yes.
How do you know that?
I know it.
How do you know?
Because
How do you know?
I just know.
No, how?
At least not for the first couple of days.
And then she won't be living here.
I don't think she's planning on it.
Huh?
I don't think so.
Why?
I'm planning on it.
Huh? Well, talk some English.
I am.
You're not? Well, what you say?
I don't think she's planning on it.
What, living here?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then I don't give a shit. Well, I got a car, $1,200 dollar. They'll do
I
not
agree,
do it.
friend.
My Grand Am. When I drive. Well, you can tell her that. Tell her to come up with the money, she can have it. Yeah. Okay?
I will agree with you, Amber, because I honestly, even before the blow up and everything, and before the Dr. Phil, when I was looking at the pictures of Lynn and everything about Lynn and her demeanor, she seemed uncomfortable from the get-go. So I kind of tend to agree that she may have been there under nefarious circumstances. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. So where do you work?
I didn't.
No, why did you say after work?
I didn't. I said after lunch.
No, you said you took a shower
No,
after
I
work.
didn't. I said I took one after lunch at noon.
No.
Yes.
No.
You just can't hear me right today
No.
for some reason.
No.
Yes.
No.
I don't work. If I worked, you would know.
Well, how?
I wouldn't lie to you about it. That's how.
Oh, yeah? Oh. Then how come you said it?
I didn't say it.
You didn't say that.
No, I didn't. I said after lunch.
No. I know what I heard.
Yeah, and I know what I fucking said.
You know? So which one is right?
Me.
How about if we get that tape?
Go ahead. You'll hear what I just fucking said.
Why are you getting cocky?
Because you're pissing me off.
Okay, piss her off then.
Thank you for using Erekose.
I think Jodi is a weak person. Not that that makes her a bad person, necessarily, but I think she's a weak person. And therefore, by being a weak person, she often finds herself in a position of fighting from her knees. Such as wanting pretty things, but being in jail because she couldn't stop drinking and driving. And once she gets out of jail, she's going to want to drink again. Most likely will go right back to it. In fact, did. I think she was just popped again for drunk driving recently as well. But so yeah, that's how I feel about her anyway. But I just think I think she's just a weak person. I don't think she actually is a malicious person, really, but weak and easily pushed around. Alright. So, we're in between calls right now, so if anybody wants to unmute and talk about it, we can before we go to the next one. Next one's going to be from November 3rd. Alright, sticking to the voice, or sticking to this text chat's fine. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Which will be this one here.
This call is subject to monitoring and
Is that
recording.
you?
Thank you for using Evercom.
Hello?
Yeah?
Hi.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I thought you were up there eating dinner.
Yeah?
What are you eating?
I need the broth.
Who's all up there?
Earl just came in the door.
Oh. I
Yeah.
just wanted to remind you that don't forget to stop up here.
So everybody knows, this is November 3rd, 2005,
Yeah.
1729, that's essentially 529.
Already filled it out. I was going to put it in.
Oh. Yeah, I'll stop there.
I got 3 bags of coffee, and food, deodorant, baby.
Yeah. I'll send you, drop off 50.
I love you.
Huh?
I love you.
I love you too.
What's the matter?
Yeah?
What's the matter?
What's the matter? You might as well talk for 15 minutes. And this fucking vibe runner, they're fucking punk-ass boys.
Why?
You know, I just told them. I just told Barbara. Keep them fucking kids away from me. Keep them in their own fucking property.
Why? What happened now?
And, I'm done with them. They piss me off so much, I'll go down and get that Suburban and that fucking motor.
What happened?
They're pissing me off.
Why?
Why? Because they're starting shit.
The boys?
Yeah.
How?
I didn't tell you over the phone.
Oh.
I think Brian wants to get involved in this.
Does it have to do with us?
Was Barbara not home?
Huh?
No. I don't know.
Let me say hi to Bandit.
No, I won't even go there. You're interview. Okay.
Bandit! Hey, puppy! Bandit!
Shoot it up today.
Hi, Bandit! Where are you, puppy?
Bandit, this way.
Bandit!
Bandit. Bandit.
Bandit! Hey, baby! Bandit!
It's your wacko.
So are you, Earl. Bandit!
Yeah, they...
Okay. He chewed up his bunny?
Yeah, he chewed up his fucking bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are they doing? With you or what?
Yeah, with everybody. I'm done. They can suck my dick now. I was looking for one. I can't find one. Miss one of them. I hung up on her.
Who, Barbara?
Yeah.
I just tried calling. I was busy.
No, you can pay that bill.
Does that have to do with the one I don't like, too?
Yeah?
Does that have to do with the one I don't like, too?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Did your mom send that yet?
I didn't want it, but then I had to say that. Yeah, it's in the mail.
Okay.
Yeah. What? Who are you talking to?
Tracy.
What? What she want?
I asked her to do something for me.
Oh.
Well, don't take them up north anymore. I'm getting some recipes, so you better make sure you get some deer. They're in the paper today.
Well.
I'm going to cut them out. Unless you don't want them.
Yeah, I don't know.
You better get up and sit over here. You want to take your money with you, Dad? And the food?
Oh, yeah? That's a ball. I don't know.
So you were in here.
No, you had to go to the garage. Then he probably went home. Get ready.
Are you going right up there?
Yeah.
Who's there? That's what I thought. I tried calling at home. I told you don't forget. But I don't know if it went on the answering machine or not. That's why I came up there. Tell your daddy hello. No.
You tell him.
No.
I'll tell him.
Hello?
Who's that? Jodi.
Hello?
Jodi. Would you like a beer with me?
Yeah, yes, I would. Okay.
Okay, what?
You can get me off speakerphone.
Why?
I said hi.
Okay.
Liar.
Okay. Are you the president there now?
Yes, I am.
You got everybody straight?
I'm trying.
Yeah.
No, I'm straight.
You're straight?
Yeah.
You ain't looking at pussy?
No. There's a lot of them next door, though.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. You like them?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you're eating?
But you would like it, though, huh?
Huh?
You would like it.
I like it, yeah. I like to see 2 women, 3 women, 4 women, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably get a hard on right now then.
Probably. Okay.
I don't care.
Okay. Am I off?
Huh?
Am I off?
Yeah? Yeah.
I don't feel good.
I don't either.
I haven't all day.
Oh, yeah?
I told everybody I'm going to go on a hunger strike, too, until they start serving desserts again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't want no more butter. I ate enough for today. And a whole fucking 4 pieces of chicken.
So you ain't taking Brian up north then, now?
Well, fuck them all. I don't care about none of them.
Well, I'm just asking.
They want to talk about me, fuck them.
What are you doing that they're talking about you?
They piss me off right now, tonight. She won't have a Suburban, or they won't have an engine. I will get it. They can go somewhere else and buy one.
Why are they talking about you?
Huh?
Why are they talking about you?
Oh, nervous. Because Barbara's acting like a little bitch.
Yeah? What does that have to do with you?
Because she's taking everybody, what she's doing. Well, she's sitting there hearing Scotty. No man says Scotty, this Scotty.
But what does that have to do with the boy starting shit with you?
I ain't gonna talk over the phone.
Okay.
What the hell is she over there for? Well, I told her she didn't want no trouble. Stay away from him.
Yeah, she doesn't like it anyways. That's what she always tells us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, two-faced.
Yeah.
Big time. I've noticed that a long time ago.
Yeah. And then she got a rumor that Tom's gonna go get half of the shit, half of the house. And that he's telling everybody. Where's the pepper? Yeah. No, I ain't the one none.
So you're still going up North Friday? Or are you going to come see me?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
I'd like you to come see me because I forgot. I shouldn't have told you to
Why?
go up there.
Why?
Because I forgot hunting was starting pretty soon and I won't see you there.
Well, maybe I'll come back and see you.
When during hunting or this weekend?
Just hunting.
Well, you're going to be home on the 22nd, right?
I don't think you made enough smart moves. What's the 22nd?
My last AODA.
Oh. Oh. Well, probably I'll have to. I've got no choice, do I?
No?
Okay, then.
That's my last. I called Shannon. She answered her phone, but she didn't come see me. So you try calling her tomorrow if you can.
They want $25, $20 or $25.
Well, actually, Thursdays I know she's in the office. I don't know. Friday she's not in, so don't even bother.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, don't bother. I forgot about that, her not being in.
The college one was pretty good.
Now you can't have no stuffed animals. Shoot it up.
You got one in there. Yeah.
He was trying to rip that apart.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll try you that
Yeah.
Stop around like usual.
Yeah. 9:30.
9.
Yeah. Okay, then. I'll talk to you later then.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. Yeah.
Don't do it like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you to hold me.
Yeah. I hold you.
T1, it's
body,
purdy.
your big tits.
Like this.
Mom likes on the refrigerator up north. Daddy looks at them.
Wait till I thought of some new pictures I want to take for you.
Yeah. You can take some nude pictures?
Almost.
Put them on that refrigerator.
How about in a see-through wet shirt?
Yeah, a see-through wet shirt, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
I love you.
I love you too.
Don't forget to stop.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you for using Evercom.
Thank you, Evercom.
I like how she said, I've got some new pictures I want to take for you. And he says, nude pictures?
Yeah.
Big names going to be deposed, and then this happens. It just seems like the timing was just always,
Yeah, it was like
Kinda.
10 days or something, I think.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty suspicious.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand why that happened myself, other than maybe it was a postponement issue. Which I can see is
Right, maybe they requested a postponement, and then by the time that time had elapsed, it had already been settled.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm getting at.
I think
Stephen
you're right.
would have been motivated to settle it quickly. He signed on Dean and Jerry in February, so that would have been 3 months, right around. So.
Hello.
I agree, T1. He wasn't charged with murder at that time, right? No, he was arrested for having the gun above his bed, as for being on parole or whatever, as a condition of his release, because he actually did serve time legitimately for pointing the gun at his cousin. So he wasn't supposed to. He was actually not supposed to have firearms. But the funny thing is, they never, because he became the poster child for wrongful convictions and stuff. All that stuff had never really been filed for him, and so it didn't matter. So Ken Kratz actually had to go down to the Manitowoc County Courthouse and find it, and get it filed in the Capitol, so that the state of Wisconsin recognized it, so that they could arrest him. So that's an interesting little chapter in the story. But yeah, King Kratz again finding a way to make it where S.A. or Stephen was in custody and couldn't, made it harder for him to talk and represent himself at and before trial.
This may be a really stupid question, but you know how, like, certain firearms you can actually purchase without a permit, like you walk into the market and get, like, some kind of firearm, not, is the felon non-firearm, like, is that covered types of firearm, or is that just the kind that you would have to have a permit for?
I don't think he's not allowed to possess any type of firearm.
Yeah, he wasn't allowed to have any firearms because he had pointed one at his cousin. So it was like a basic, it was a kind of straight across the board ban.
Okay, alright.
So yeah, that's what
They
was
still
going
issued him a hunting license for some reason,
on.
which makes no sense.
Well, I guess you can hunt like things that you can trap, right?
I guess so.
That's probably the loophole
You
on
can
it
fish.
anyway. Right, you can fish.
Well, that's probably a fishing license, though. But yeah.
That would be, I would think. Well, it is in California anyway. Gun possession by felon before November 10th. November 10th was the key. Get SA behind bars before that date, and then we can push these depositions out, or better, dropped altogether. Right. Yeah, I agree, T1. I mean, it seems like a prudent strategy that the state might have been employing. I mean, and if they did it, it worked. I say if, to be fair, you know, but I mean, it looks like, yeah, that's what they did. Take Brendan Dassey. Oh, that's exactly what they did. So, all right. Do you guys want to listen to the last two calls again, or too depressing?
I'd like to listen to him because I had to put the phone down for a minute,
All right.
so I missed some of it.
Okay, let's do that because something went screw with my recording anyway. So, let's do it.
Okay.
We're going to start with the December 5th call. It's a 10-minute and 20-second call.
Based on the number dialed.
Monitoring and recording. Minutes remaining on your call. Thank you for using Evercom. The number is now being dialed.
Oh yeah, and Evercom's definitely where Jodi was.
You are receiving a free call from an inmate at a correctional facility.
Yeah? Hello? Yeah? Hang on, I gotta put you upside down. Okay. Okay.
I love
Hello?
Dolores. She's so... I love her.
Hi. How are you?
What a shit.
Huh?
What a shit.
Why?
Because I don't know what they all got.
I don't know.
You got the news?
Yeah. They said probably gonna take the whole afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And new evidence.
Like what?
I don't know. They didn't say.
I don't know. There's three people testifying. Scott is, and I don't know who else.
Who?
Scott.
Scott who?
Barbara's thing.
Tomorrow?
Barbara's thing. Yeah.
How are they having people testify tomorrow?
You got 12 to 13 people testifying tomorrow.
Against you or for you?
How do I know? Well, I guess against me because of time lapse and everything else. Specialists. But what is that going to do? That don't do nothing.
Why would Scott be testifying against you?
Well, he's just saying that I had a little fire over there.
And yeah, I think you're right, T1.
How many times do I got fired? A lot of times.
Not good.
That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, I know, but
It depends where they found them keys. Key?
yeah,
And who uses one key?
yeah.
I love Dolores.
Maybe Jodi and that your cell there.
Yeah, I wish.
Oh, God.
You ain't talking to nobody?
No, nobody's been here.
Channel 4?
I ain't talking. They won't let me see the media.
Oh, no?
No. They send me letters. I don't answer them.
You get your cards?
Not yet.
Two of them?
Yeah, she
gotta have her daughter put money in first. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, that surprised me. So I filled it out for one and said, no, two. I said, oh, okay. Well,
Now you got a blight bill on this unread.
I love you. I know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wanted to get it out first, huh?
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people there for me.
I hope so. I wish I was there.
You know?
Put me in your pocket, then I will be.
Yes. I'll put you in my pants.
You might lose me.
God.
Don't lose me if you do.
I won't lose you.
You'd have to hang on to the stick.
Oh, I'll hang on to the stick.
Yeah.
Oh, you're dirty.
Yeah, I saved.
Oh, yeah?
I had to.
Yeah, I don't care.
It was getting too long.
Oh, well. Let's see what comes after.
I think that's a valid
Yeah.
point, Amber.
Well, no, you got the people and a lot of adjustments so it won't happen again.
No.
Well, they might do something.
Well, I'm just worried. I don't know.
No, don't be worried. We'll make it. It might take a while, but we'll make it.
Yeah.
Well, he lowers the bail, it won't be so bad.
You think he will?
I think so.
How was your lawyer? See, I thought they were going to come see me.
He probably didn't have a chance yet, haven't
I still haven't talked to Kitty, and I put that request in last week.
Don't worry about too much of that.
Yeah. Well, it's just some shit I remembered. After I read that one article in the paper, I put clothes in the fucking burning barrel and burnt my clothes, too. Right before I came in. You know? Are you there? Hello?
No?
Hello?
Yeah?
What's wrong?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
I was just about to hang up.
Hey, no, you better not. You burnt some of your clothes.
Yeah. Well, old bras and underwears and socks and shit, old clothes. Bras that were too small. I know. I don't know. And that was right before I came in.
3 months.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. You ain't gonna be out. I'm crossing my fingers, but the way nothing good ever happens for me, I don't know. The only good thing was you. Huh? I know. I had a dream we were both out last night. That might be a good sign. Are you there? Did you hear me? Oh. Huh? Who? No. I ain't even gonna try. He hung up on me the first time and... Yeah, I think. No, I really don't want to. Huh? Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Huh? Is it? Oh. Yeah. Well, I hope everything goes good. I hope everything goes good. Just remember, I'm there with you. I'm gonna let you go. I don't want to waste all these minutes. Huh? I can't hear you. Oh, when do you want me to? Okay. 6? I'll try at 6. If she doesn't answer it at 6, then you're not on the phone. Tell her that. Did you hear me? I know, but still. Huh? I love you. No, you don't. I hope so. I miss you. It's hard. Huh? I'll call you tomorrow. Are you there?
Oh yeah, in South Carolina,
Oh.
she was disgraced twice
Yeah?
by the North
I love
Carolina
you too.
Supreme Court.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you for using Evercom.
Okay.
This call is subject to monitoring.
Based on the number dialed,
You have 25 minutes remaining on your card. Thank you for using Evercom. The number is now being dialed.
I think so. Hello?
You are receiving a free call from an inmate at a correctional facility.
Hello?
Just hang on a minute.
Okay. Hi, honey.
Hi.
How are you?
Shit.
Why?
Because the friend has got bad evidence on me.
Huh?
There's a plan of this evidence on me.
What?
The plan of this evidence on me.
Oh, I know. I was watching the whole time.
You know?
At first, in the paper and everything, they said that the key was hidden on the dresser. Now it's just on the floor?
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
And after 3 times?
Yeah. Oh, I was watching. There's lots of questions I had.
And nothing else to do.
Yeah. And how come the aunt and whatever, it only took 20 minutes for them to find her vehicle? Out of that whole fucking junkyard? No. I feel a hell of a lot better watching that. Yeah? Yeah?
You're all crooked like that.
Oh, yeah.
Now I just gotta prove myself.
Yeah? We do. We will. Somehow. We will somehow. I ain't worried.
You worried?
No. Not at all. But next time, look at the camera and say, I love you.
Oh, boy.
I don't even know where the camera was.
It was right behind you. Yes.
It was next to, on our road.
Yeah, it was. Right next to Chucky.
Right next to Chucky.
Well, next time, do it. I was blowing in your ear and everything. Did you feel it? Yeah.
I was getting cold.
His mom, that's why I was getting cold. It's fucked up. Yep, we were in you were in People magazine and Globe magazine. Yeah, and they had a picture of me in Globe magazine. And on the radio today at noon, they were saying that Tom Kozorik, or however the fuck you say his name, is gonna try and stop the lawsuit. He can't.
What it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not worried anymore, though. Well, I never was, but I do feel a hell of a lot better, though, listening to this shit. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I love you. I miss you, too. Joyce says hi, Mr. Avery. Are you there? Okay. I didn't hear you. He says hi. Huh? What? Nothing? Talking to you. No, not yet. Not yet. Because I gotta find out first yet if I'm getting out for my PO appointment Thursday. Huh? Who? What ma? What mom? I know that. That's why I didn't wanna, But I think I will because they were gonna let me out there.
So I know.
Yeah, I know. They were gonna let me out this morning for AODA. I'm like, I'm done with that. But it's at 10:30, so it's at 10:30 on Thursday. Yeah. Yeah. She'd have to be here at 10, but I'm sure. Did you have me in your pants? I didn't think so.
I wish I had it.
I had you in my pocket all day. Yeah.
You watch me every day.
Oh, I know I do. Damn right. Wish I'd get a letter. Yeah. I know. I know.
Even you were supposed to let it ring one more time by Stacy. It could have happened before.
Well, when do you want me to call you again? Today's Tuesday. Thursday night? 6? Huh? Okay.
At what time?
6. I know. I love you. You don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. No.
That's your real choice.
And I'll talk to you Thursday. Kiss me at 10. Okay. I love you too. Give me a kiss.
Yeah, they told her she had to stay away
Hey.
from Steven. She was
Give me a
rearrested
kiss.
because she went down the street where the courthouse was, and they deemed that was too
Okay,
close.
I love you.
It was.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey. Are you alright? Hey,
Yes, Mary. Mary. Yep.
Steven. Are you there?
It will be all right, Stephen.
Oh, Dolores.
It's gonna be all right. We're gonna get through this. Okay? Hey. Answer me. Oh, what was I gonna tell him? That was gonna make him laugh. I don't remember now.
Should have led with that.
I was yelling at you too today to tuck in your tag.
Yeah.
Huh. I love you. Joy says you have to shave.
I will.
He will. I'll talk to you Thursday.
Okay.
You stay strong. I love you. Always. I'm not going nowhere. Yeah.
Okay then.
You better say something besides yeah.
I ain't going nowhere either.
Goddamn right.
He ain't going nowhere
You're
either.
stuck.
It's good.
All right.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right.
Okay, I'll talk to you Thursday.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you for using Evercom.
Ever come. All right. So I got to say, yeah, the interesting thing, how quickly Jodi, of all people, notices that finding that car in the first 20 minutes is something like an act of God. Maybe not the way that, something like an act of God, I'll put it that way. No, but I don't know if I got this earlier, but I mean, it's like I was saying earlier that, I mean, that RAV4 looked far from blended in. I mean, they say it was cleverly hidden, but no, it stuck out like a sore thumb because it was literally the only car there that had shit all over it. So, anyway. But, so yeah, I find it interesting that Jodi so quickly points that out. And that was getting pointed out just that early on. So.
Yeah, and it's pretty sad that she obviously could tell how absurd all of the things they were saying were, including the key and how it was in the cabinet at first, and then it was on the floor, and
right,
and how ridiculous it was. And she actually felt better because the evidence was so ridiculous that she's like probably thinking there's no way,
right?
You know, there's no way they're going to be able to pin this on him with this ridiculous evidence.
Hey there, Sam William Henry. Glad you could join us, buddy. Nothing clever about it. And yeah, and like they said, cleverly hidden in the cabinet. Whenever you hear the state of Wisconsin or the prosecution in this case say cleverly hidden, expect bullshit to follow. Whatever it is, it's bullshit. Because basically when they use those words, that's what's going to follow. So, yeah. Anyway. But, and you're right, Mary 30, that, yes, it was double parked as well, making it stick out even further. So, yeah. Wasn't cleverly hidden really in any way. The key was cleverly hidden under a shoe. Yeah, well, they say it was cleverly hidden in the cabinet, but I've done a video where I've shown just exactly how ridiculous that claim is, because no matter what, there's nowhere to hide it. And like I said, cops carry the same flashlight like I do, and they would have been shining it into that cabinet if they went to the bother of emptying it out. They would have shined their lights in it, and they would have seen the hint of a key somewhere in there, and they would have been, "Ooh, what's that?" and would have inspected further. And no matter how cleverly it was hidden, it would have been discovered. Not this dumb luck, oh, I was playing Twist and Shout, Chubby Checkers came on the radio, and so I started shaking the cabinet around, and it just popped out. It's like, no, I'm not buying it. So, yeah. Yeah, and I love the way that Dolores pointed that out, too, in one of the calls. You know, like, yeah, and who has one key? Like, yes, tell him, Dolores, you tell him. Oh, my Lord.
I was referencing under the shoe because of the one picture. It looks like it's kind of if he shook that cabinet, it kind of
Right.
looks like it was under the shoe.
Right.
If he shook the cabinet, wouldn't it have been on top of the shoe?
One would think, yes.
Or the flip-flop, I think. Were they flip-flops that were that
it
the
was
picture was
slippers.
taken by? Oh, slippers,
Yeah.
Yeah. Those. Yeah. I mean, but they claim now, oh, it wasn't under the slippers, it wasn't under there, and you know, I mean, it would have been silly, dude, if it was under those slippers and missed in 8 searches. I mean, I can understand that they don't want that to become the official line, right? Because it's even more
that would look a
ridiculous
little
than Twist and Shout.
Well, I'll
You've
bet
seen
you
T1's
if that was to get
Yeah,
out like
yes.
that, you know, that it was hidden by a shoe, I bet you the whole department would have a department-wide eye check.
Right? Right? A key that looks brand new, has machine marks on it still. Yep, absolutely, Amber. I mean, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's funny that these things were just popping out right away. Right away. So
T1's always good memes.
yeah, Team One's got lots of memes. Hey, when I was on with Linda this morning, I kept putting up
Yep.
the one with Boss Hogg and Roscoe, Nina and Manitowoc. Oh, here it is. So I'm just showing everybody on the video right now. I was putting this one up when I was live with Linda this morning, folks. I'm going to post it in Discord for you guys to see it right now. I passed it. Where is it? There it is. This one here. I love that one. But Eagle Nation Cycles,
That's not what you want.
is in Nina, so that's why I now love this meme.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, well, that too, you know. But
So I was saying earlier about the car and Pam.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
how she was in the shop, and if she was going to go search the yard, it would have made sense for her to leave the shop and go straight out of the shop and turn left to go into the yard to search it. But what she actually did was she went out of the shop and she turned right and walked around the back of the building, which makes no sense, and went all up the road, straight up the road. She didn't stop anywhere on the way. I guess she said she was looking in vehicles or whatever on the way, but she went straight up that road a long way to where the RAV4 was. She made a beeline for it, and it just doesn't make any sense that she would turn right out of the shop and go around the back of the building instead of going into the yard, which would have been directly in front of her when she was leaving the shop.
Did she happen to go by the wagon where the plates were put in?
No, no.
I was curious about that.
No.
So
That was on the. If she had searched the yard in a logical manner, she would have.
Right.
But she didn't. She went around the back of the shop, which makes no sense.
And yeah, there, Sam William Henry. I can't believe Stephen had sex with the hood latch either. That's why I think it came from a groin swab. But yes, very funny. That is probably one of the only ways that much DNA could be left there. And then T1 saying 2 alleged active bleeders with no mixture of blood or DNA. Very unlikely, and that is also true.
Yeah, very unlikely. That is correct.
So there's a lot of unlikely things about this case. And really, when it comes down to it, the most important one, I mean, I can go off all day about this case. You know, I think Finn has it covered in 80 more things, but I mean, there's a lot of things, but ultimately, the big thing, where is my crime scene? Where did all of this take place? It didn't happen in the bedroom. It didn't happen in the garage. Try again. And that's basically where I'm at with this case. If I'd have been a juror, I'd have been rejecting this just on that alone. You want me to believe this happened there? Show me some evidence it happened there. Something.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know how the other case, I think it's Christine Rudy, how they found her in a different location than where they had originally said, and Eisenberg said that the bones, she claimed that they were Christine Eisenberg's, but
baby's bones,
think
but they were actually bird bones, right?
Think about this: is it possible that she's buried somewhere? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe none of those bones match up to Teresa. And that's my thing, is that if Zellner actually gets, if she ever does get to test any of the bones and finds out that they're not, nothing tests back to Teresa. So where is she? You know?
Right.
I'm not saying she's alive. I mean, maybe she's in the bottom of a river.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. I'm with you, Jamie. I mean, I don't know where all of this originally came from. That's my whole point. I don't know where all of this originally came from, but I'm pretty certain it didn't start at Avery Salvage. That's one thing I'm certain of, you know? And I truly believe that the Manitowoc County gravel pit was a staging area as it was getting staged to be planted at Stevens. And I think that's why we end up with some stuff there.
The closest place they could get to the Avery property without it being too suspicious.
And being on their own land, essentially, right. I mean, so that's why I can go, okay, I get it, okay, that makes kind of sense too. I mean, it's when you start to see things falling into place, you know, like that, where it suddenly makes finding things in some places make sense when you start to realize that they were coming from their original starting place. It starts to make it all make a bit more sense.
Mm-hmm. So what calls did you guys go over tonight?
We went over the October 30th call, where at the beginning he refers to Brendan helping him clean the garage on the 30th. And then we went to the November 3rd call, the November 5th call, the November 6th call, and then the December 5th, and then December 6th.
I'll have to go and listen to those.
Well, we were just listening to December 5th and December 6th. Those are the ones where Jodi and Steven are calling Ma, and Ma's putting two phones together for them to talk to each other.
Oh, were they not supposed to be talking to each other?
Well, they're both still in lockup.
Oh, no,
because this call is coming from Jodi's lockup because it's Evercom.
Yeah, because they're both locked up, so they had to have each one of them call.
So Ma had to be the conduit, right? Exactly.
Huh.
So, and then breaks my heart when I hear her trying to encourage Steven, though, when she knows that Steven's kind of despairing, and she's like, it's gonna work out, and you know, but you hear the frailty in her, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for Dolores and for Barb, you know.
Yeah, it's all hopes and dreams at that point.
Yeah, and that's another thing. If this had been going on, and Barb really did show up again around 9, and she got all these people around, and nobody's smelling this horrible stench of a body being burned behind Steven's garage, it's like, how now, brown cow? You know? So.
You don't think Alan or Chuck or anybody would have noticed, or wouldn't have noticed, that there was burning going on for a couple of days there? That's what it would have had to have taken.
Well, yeah, and it would have lingered too for a while.
That's what I've always heard. It lingers for a couple days. You know. So, like I said, I had a friend who did an experiment.
Radon would have noticed as well.
Yeah, I had a friend who did an experiment. He just did like some ribs on his barbecue, and instead of just doing them to being, you know, delicious, he left them on to just continue to burn and char and all that sort of stuff. And literally, by, you know, he said he started them at around 11:30 one day. He said by 2:30, 3 o'clock, he had multiple neighbors knocking on his door, wondering what the hell he was doing. You know?
I don't like that he really reacts to ribs.
But I mean, it's an effective experiment because that many neighbors came and were like,
"Wow,
you know, what are you doing? What's going on here?" You know. So, how's the wife? Right?
That'd be odd. If I smelled somebody burning ribs, I'd be throwing a shit fit.
So. Travis was actually supposed to do an experiment with a whole pig one time at his, I think it was a Christmas party or something. And I guess he just didn't look far enough ahead. He didn't realize that all of his guests were going to be there and that it probably wasn't the best time to try to do that.
Yeah, I don't think they would have appreciated that very much.
That was so funny. And so he ended
That's
up,
a way to ruin a party.
he ended up having to back out and everything. It was hilarious. But so that was pretty funny. But yeah, dude, no. But my one friend, Michael did that little experiment with the ribs. And yeah, dude, definitely got a reaction. People were definitely curious about what the hell he was doing.
And that was just ribs.
Yeah.
Imagine like a whole human body.
Yeah, with lots of fatty stuff. That's,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'd be curious. I wonder if they ever weighed how much ash was in that burn pit, because in order for him to do that, you know how much ash would have to be there? I mean, you can't just burn tires. You'd have to be burning wood as well.
Oh, you'd have to have all kinds of fuel to keep it going. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that would take a ton of wood.
And you'd have to keep tending it, because if you throw wood on top, then the wood's just on top. You need to get the bones on top of the wood because the wood is the fuel, and so you got to keep tending it, turning it, getting the bones to where they're on top of the coals, essentially, and that sort of stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, it would have been a massive amount of work, which he clearly was not doing when we listened to these calls from the 31st. He clearly wasn't that out of breath. He clearly wasn't that. It wasn't happening. It just clearly wasn't happening, so.
Well, the other thing is did you ever see, somebody just posted recently a picture of grass that was still growing right in the burn pit. It was just posted last week.
Oh, from back then? Okay.
So, I mean, literally, the evidence pictures, somebody took a picture and there's grass growing out of the side. It's like, I don't think that would be there with that kind of a fire.
Right. Yeah.
I think it was on Reddit.
I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember seeing it, but that wouldn't surprise me.
But
Stephen and Brendan seem to think they had a fire around that time, because, and whether it was on the 31st or the 30th or, maybe another day close by, but because of, a lot of what's happened here, people barking, people, and, bullying and doing things, I think it's muddled Stephen and Brendan's memory to where they, even if there wasn't a fire on the 31st, that it was another night, they're just at the point of saying there was. I honestly can't even be certain that it was the 31st that they had a fire, personally.
I can't even remember what I did the last October 31st, much less, 15 years ago.
Right.
Or 2 years ago, or 3 months ago. I don't remember. I think people always kind of don't realize if it's not a significant day, if nothing significant happened to you that day, I mean, the days all blend together. They just do, for everybody.
Yeah. And, that's what I'm, basically getting at. That, I'm wondering if this fire actually was on a different day and got remembered with muddled memory a week later, 2 weeks later, a month later. It easily
could have been.
So,
it easily could have been a different day.
Absolutely. So, that's another concern I have, so. But it wouldn't surprise me one bit if that picture does exist. It'd be another reason probably why we don't have pictures of the bone collection, because they didn't want people to see other indicators that the thing hadn't been used in a while. So that's certainly a possibility. Go ahead.
Makes sense to me.
Right. Yeah. So. What else from these calls? It could have been the fire was on the 30th when they were cleaning the garage, by the way, since we were listening to the clip about Brendan today. That's entirely possible. Could have been that night. And like I said, we heard in some of the other calls, it's like Stephen was telling Jodi about how he went over and got Brendan, and even though Barb wanted him to do dishes and stuff and everything, I mean, if he's going to get Brendan to help him to do what the prosecution is suggesting he was doing, I think that's a foolish plan, a foolish thing to do, because, you know, he's taking the chance that Barb could be coming over there to grab Brendan by his ear and make him go do the dishes, right? And comes in and is like, oh, ooh, oh, I'm sorry.
Totally.
I didn't know that you were raping and killing a girl today. Shoot. Guess the egg's on my face. You know what I mean? Kind of thing, right? So I would think that that's incongruous. Clearly, Steve wasn't worried about somebody finding out that he was up to something if he was willing to do something like that. Because, I mean, I can totally imagine Barb, in the right conditions, going over there, getting in Steven's face and dragging Brendan over back home to do the dishes. I know because I see the same thing in Barb's eyes that I saw in my own mother's eyes. So, anyway, so I know that that's a definite possibility. And let's see, what do we got here? Halloween 31st is a big deal in Manitowoc. I think it is. It's not a huge deal here in Australia. All the kids in. Yeah, well, it holds a meaning for all those people that are into the, like, occult magic kind of, you know, sort of stuff. The, you know, Jack Parsons and that one other creepy dude. He was an actor, old-timey actor. I can't remember his name now, but anyway, they had that whole sex magic whatever crap that they used to do and everything, and so October 31st was always a big symbolic day for them and that sort of stuff. But so, and a lot of people have reasoned that with all of the Masonic activity and that sort of stuff there, with the what looks like a clear good old boy network kind of running alive and well, that possibly there is some of those kind of people that see October 31st as a special day, similar, I guess, in a way that people think Satan worshipers do and that sort of stuff. Yeah, most Halloween kids are everywhere trying to score candy. It's truly only become popular here recently. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's American," blah blah blah. Well, hey man, free candy. You knew it was going to catch on eventually. I mean, let's be realistic, because we all love candy. You know what I mean? Anyway. But yeah, right, Shreyan. That's what it is. I mean, if you would have tried to take away Halloween when I was a kid, I'd have revolted. And I know a bunch of other kids that would have too. Also, Steven's so worried about Jodi's friend moving in and following the rules. He's all pissed at the Dassey boys for selling and smoking pot, I think. Is that what you think it is? Yet he's going to do all this with a 16-year-old boy. Why not one of the older boys? Well, he clearly was mad at those other boys. I'm really curious at what it was that had him so mad. Really. T1, that should have been your Scream name. Change of plans. Yeah, dude, that would be a good one for T1. Starting. That's what I thought. Starting shit. Okay, yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay, yeah, there you go. Not selling. Right, there you go. Okay, so.
Yeah, and that's where I think TikTok had made a mistake on when he was going over the calls and talking about that.
Oh, okay.
And he thought that they had said, you know, selling pot or stealing parts or something, and if you listen closely, he says starting shit is what he says.
Right, and that's a phrase that Stephen would make. Absolutely, one of those statements that's in his wheelhouse. So
they're down there starting shit.
Right. So, all right. Well, I got a premiere in 19 minutes, folks. So, hopefully everybody can tune in for that.
Thanks for doing this.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to continue to do stuff like this. And I hope you all continue to show up because this is really proving to be a lot of fun. I enjoy hanging out with you guys like this and that sort of stuff. So, can't wait to do it again. I'm planning for Tuesdays and Saturdays at this point, so you guys can all tentatively plan for it to be again on Tuesday. Maybe we'll go ahead and go through the first 4 or 5 calls that day for those that missed them the first time around. Or something else, you know?
Probably after that, I mean, could keep going and talk about different subjects again. And we kind of did this when we started Discord. We were doing, talks like this pretty frequently, and I think when everything was so busy, kind of backed off a little bit.
And yes, and that's exactly why I want to start doing these scheduled days where everybody knows they can show up at a certain time and that there's going to be some discussion and that sort of thing. So that's what I'm looking to do. You're welcome, T1, buddy. I want to go ahead and create something of interest for people to come around and hang out and get everybody back over here and talking again. So this is one of the ways we're going to do it. Hope to see all you guys here and talking about stuff. And like I said, we may end up going to a 3rd day. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a lot of fun here.
All right, sounds good.
Mm-hmm. All right.